How do I sound, Captain?
Sound beautiful.
Oh, that's really sweet. Thank you. Shucks.
Hey! Welcome to the Squad Goals Podcast, episode 46. Pick up chicks. I'm AJ.
No, I'm gone. I'm gone.
What?
We gotta do that again.
No, I'm AJ.
No.
And as always, on my left is
I'm not a part of this.
D'Angelo. And on my right on the soundboard, we got
Devonne. What did he say? I had to leave.
I said, pick up chicks.
No.
I think I wanted to talk about embarrassing moments.
Oh, okay. That's what we were talking about.
Some of our most embarrassing moments.
What is one of your most embarrassing moments?
I don't remember if I told the story on the podcast. I might have. I
might have told
not.
mine too.
But in high school, I wore sweatpants to school.
That's pretty embarrassing.
And
You're off to a great start, sir.
You already giving up on life that early in
and
life.
everyone was like, well, not everyone, but like a few people. I was a freshman, and like some people were like, "Why are you wearing sweatpants? Why did you wear sweatpants?"
Who does that?
And a kid came up to me going, "Never fucking wear sweatpants again." And I've never worn them in public since. I wear them in privacy.
You got a phobia? You sweat every time you look at them? They're actual sweatpants.
Why were they hating on your sweatpants?
I don't. Probably because I was packing some heat.
The print was too big.
RJ Burger.
They were like, the kid was like, "Look, you're making me question my own sexuality. Don't you ever fucking wear those again."
So I'm just always afraid to wear them because I know the one time I go outside.
You're gonna see that guy. You're gonna see that guy. Didn't I tell you?
You cause a frenzy when you wear sweatpants.
He's gonna be running down the street like, "What did I say?" He just. That was
sweatpants.
That was up there, and then there was another one, but I can't. I just forgot it because we were thinking about them before we started recording, and I'll think about it while you guys tell your.
I don't know if I told this story, but when I was in high school, I applied. I didn't apply. I made it sound like a job. I joined the basketball team, but for the first game, my grades were too low. But my mom, she got off of work and she came to go out to the game. So her and my dad, they drove out to the game. My coach didn't tell me that my grades made me ineligible to play. Damn. Every day I practice.
You got your hopes up.
Yeah, every day I practice, I'm going hard. I'm running court side.
And he knows that you're working too. He sees you. He's just like, okay.
I'm sweating. And then we get there. I'm going through the warm-ups. All right, I got my jersey on. I see my mom and pops. I'm like, all right, it's a good day. I'm sitting there doing my layup drills. I'm like, all right, bet.
Show out.
All right, it's JV. Now, JV, you have to play 2 games. All right? That's important for this story. I sat out the first game, the whole game. The first half, I'm thinking maybe I'm coming in through the second half. Then I didn't come in the second half. I'm like, okay. First game, I was like, maybe he's just letting the starters go out for the first game, get their stuff going.
The starters.
Yeah. I'm
not
like,
me.
Yeah. No. I'm like, I'm a 6th, 7th man. I'm like, maybe they need me for the next game to be fresh. I was like, all right, I'm coming in the next game for sure. I'm sitting there, I'm doing the warm-up drills again. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, all right, I'm going in this game. Sat out the second game. Didn't get on the court one time.
In 2 games.
My coach then pulls me to the side after the game. He's like, yeah, your grades made you ineligible to play. But, just keep up the good work. We'll get
keep that bench warm. You're doing a great job.
I'm sitting there like, what? Like, you could have told me. Like, I could have took it easy on a couple
be fair,
of them suicides.
To be fair, he probably saved you from the embarrassment that you would have ended up on the court.
I want to also make it clear, I don't want to make a big deal about this, but I've never been sat at a basketball game.
Have you ever been a part of a team? Have you ever been?
How many?
Have you ever been picked for a team? Have you ever been to the tryouts and seen kids get eliminated, and then you sat there like, oh, am I next? And then saw that you made it to the next day, and then saw your name on the list? No, you didn't. No, you haven't.
Because I'm always like, I know I'm gonna make it. There's no doubt. Hey,
So that was a really embarrassing story, Devonne.
what's your embarrassing story, D'Angelo?
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I did say one before on the podcast when I was a bunch
Repeat it. I remember it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I was we were like playing outside. I was about 10, 11 years old, and my oldest brother like pants me. I mean, like underwear and everything, like everything down. I just like
he showed your D-Lo.
Yeah, the D on the low. D. Yeah, I mean, that was like puberty, so I didn't have much to show back then. So
it was.
Yeah, no.
He's like, I don't want to brag.
I don't want to brag, you know.
Yeah.
It's still something. It's still something though.
Still bigger than you right now.
I just say it. You know, you think this something? This not my full form. This is Vegeta over here, baby. It's over 9,000. You know what I'm talking about? Put your goggles on.
Yeah, man, that was I don't know, just being young, and I just like covered myself and like I think I.
He was walking by all the older ladies, like, "Hey, you like what you see? Catch me in 10 years."
You see that? You see it? It's only gonna grow.
Yeah.
Nowhere to go but up.
Literally.
I feel like when you told that story last time, this time you made it definitely sound worse. Because the first time, like months and months ago, when you told it on the podcast, I remember you just said you got pants.
Yeah.
You didn't say you were outside and like a group of like.
Yeah, it was a lot of it was a bunch of friends, and then.
Because I always pictured it, you just in your house, and your brother just pantsed you, and you're like, oh. It's like, oh, well, that's not that big of a deal.
Nah, this was out me exposed, full out exposed, but it's all good.
One of the most embarrassing moments I thought of the story was in elementary school. For some reason, we had like a week every year where we had to learn square dancing. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, and it all led up to the big hoedown at the end, like on Friday.
You mean the hootenanny?
And the hootenanny, and it was a Sadie Hawkins thing. It was like so that day of PE, the girls picked the guys, and I was second to last pick. Ooh. And it was just that moment of like guys lined up, girls kind of went up and picked their partner.
So you were second to last pick.
Yeah. That's
a tough spot because it's like you're mad that it took so long, but you're happy that you were the last one.
There was an odd number of girl to guy ratio, and the guy who was last pick had to dance with the teacher. Oh. That's what. So yeah, I kind of was like last
pick. Imagine the kid.
With
the teacher.
I was the girl's last pick. He just was the odd man out.
Damn. You were the last man on earth.
Yeah. Wow. Like he was a lost cause.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
Yikes. What was wrong with that kid then? That kid's like, what's wrong with me? I gotta do something.
Why didn't anyone want a piece of AJ, that young rising star?
The same reason that people don't want them out.
Did you show them your tapes? Your audition tapes? to Disney?
Oh.
You show them
those? Nickelodeon.
All Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. That was probably pre-audition tapes, if I can remember. But yeah, no, it was embarrassing. It was I don't know. I wish I could talk to those elementary school girls now and be like, what
Look at
what
me
was
now.
Wrong?
Look at me now.
I like to tell a lot of jokes when I was in school, and I wasn't say I was disruptive, but like,
you mean like last year?
But when I did talk, it would be like, I do a lot. So one day my mom had to come in and sit in my class, and she comes in.
No. And
she says, "Hey," I'm not gonna say the nickname she called me because I'm not trying to relive that moment in my life. She comes in, calls me this, sits right next to me, like sits right in the desk next to me, and she sits through the whole day. The whole day she sits next to me, and then I just couldn't unlive that moment. Like,
that sounds like some great bonding time.
I mean, it.
Not in school, like
but like
trying to be cool.
What my mom called me, that nickname that my mom called me, stuck with me all through high school. People still would now call me that name sometimes, and I'm like, yo, that was like it stuck. It worked.
Does she still call you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother does something similar too.
But you know,
She calls me by a name. And I'm just like,
What's the name?
Nah.
no,
You don't want the internet to know, man.
nope,
But
nope.
it worked though. I ain't do nothing else to have my mom come back in there. That was the most embarrassing thing. I was like, yo, she can't do that no more. That was too much.
Yeah, I mean nowadays like I wouldn't care, but back
Yeah.
when you're in high school, you're trying to be cool, like getting called some name like that in front of your friends.
It was middle school, and I think some people who went to my middle school still call me that nickname when they got to high school.
They didn't let it go.
Yeah, it was like
People don't forget.
Yeah, it was like the only big thing that happened. Really, it was like Christ.
I'm trying to. I know there's so many, but I feel like the way my brain works is something mildly embarrassing gets blocked away. Where it's like that's locked up, and that's
You try not to relive.
yeah,
go back into that
that's
moment.
gonna take like a year of therapy to get
That's
out.
therapy.
Like,
That's therapy.
but yeah, no, there's just so many. Like one I told you recently was when I started the job I'm at now. You know, I didn't really know that many people. I would sit by myself in the lunchroom.
Yeah.
Wow. And
wow, this is. You had a sad upbringing, man.
this is at
That's
work.
cool. Oh,
This is at work.
that's even worse.
This is as a grown
I
up.
was an adult. I didn't really know everyone, so I was like, oh, it was a big lunchroom. Like, it's not like it's always full, so I would just take one of those little tiny tables. And one time I was walking by and a group of, I would say, attractive ladies that we work with invited me to sit down at...
Ladies?
They said, hey, you can join us if you want. I said, okay. And I went to pull out the chair, and the chair fell, hit the guy, like, at the table behind, and then, like, I heard someone just go, well... That was a mistake.
Yeah.
And I wanted to quit.
Yo, quit life, bro. What you mean?
I was like, I need to get out of here right now.
Man.
I can't.
Thanks for bringing. And that reminds me of a certain casino boat.
Oh.
There's this random girl who.
You need to give the context of what
Yeah. We were at the casino boat. Like, we have one all the time.
For those who don't know, we rent out a large casino boat for a group of our friends. We rent it out to capacity. It's a lot of people we know, but some people bring their friends that we might not know.
Yeah.
Just to get that you were kind of jumping in.
So, for a reason that I'm not going to mention, we had a chair in the middle of the dance floor.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I go to sit on the chair.
Surrounded by everyone.
Literally
100 people of your peers.
And some random girl who we don't know, one of the few people that we don't know there, pulled the chair from under me. And I just stood there lifeless, like.
It was one of the craziest.
You thought you were going to get a lap dance, and she said no.
Oh,
yeah, actually, I have a couple of embarrassing moments. That one was really bad.
It was worse because your attitude before the moment. You were king of the world.
He thought
you were cock of the walk.
I don't think so.
Everyone's cheering D'Angelo.
D-Lo.
And he comes out like, waving.
No. First of all, I don't really, I don't like attention like that. So I didn't do all that.
Well,
however,
woo!
Peekaboo, it's me. No.
That was hype.
Nah, but it was. She got me, and honestly, I should have had somebody swing on her.
Did we ever find out who it was?
You should have sent a hit out.
No. I could have.
Information leading to this.
I could have and I should have.
To this assailant.
Why did she pick? Because so many people were sitting in that chair.
There was another time, and my friends, if they hear this experience, they laugh and they know instantly what I'm talking about. But we went to a Halloween party, and I was dressed up as Prince. Right? So it was a small like apartment, but there was a stripper pole in the middle of the living room, right? And I went to like with a lot of passion, went to do like a spin around the pole, and the whole pole fell and I went flying, and then like I got up and the only thing I could do was shake my head like that. Literally everyone stopped, the record scratched, and everyone the party stopped and everyone was just laughing at me. Good times.
Oh man. Purple Rain got weird.
Yeah.
Weird. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
There's
Good times.
My life is an embarrassment, so it's really hard to narrow.
Every day you wake up, you're just like, ah.
Yeah, because I always think back to like, why did I say that or do that, or why did that happen to me? And it's like, my life is nothing but stress of looking back on past experiences and going, oh man, that was not handled well.
I think.
You know, I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe
genuinely
that too.
believe
There's many conversations I've had where I'm like, why did I have that conversation or do that? There's so many,
Yeah.
like, and it's just all cringy things. It's like, I'm like trying to think of like some example. Oh, I think I've told you this. This was like in middle school when I was AIM DMing that girl. I don't remember if I told you.
No, I don't think so.
You slid in her aim?
Yeah.
So,
before the young listeners out there, before you slid in DMs, we were slipping in Ames, AOL Messenger,
Yeah.
and who had Blackberries? Yeah, BBM.
Yeah.
No. I was on AIM.
You don't have a BlackBerry Messenger?
No, that was on your computer.
No, BlackBerry.
No, that was a little bit before, a little after AIM.
Yeah. It was
I wasn't in the cool crowd.
Remember ASL?
Yeah.
He always ASL.
Did you ever go in those AOL chat rooms?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Did you?
I seen. Yeah, I seen my first piece of in my well, I mean it was in my face.
First piece
but
of what?
like some porn on like it's basically like porn.
I didn't know where he was going with that.
A piece of porn.
Nah.
That's a piece of porn.
That's a spicy piece of porn.
A piece of pie. You know.
He was in the chat room and he opened up the link. That's a hot piece.
That's a nice piece.
That's a piece of porn right there.
ASL, A-sex location.
What?
Yeah, you never.
You probably don't know about that.
You go in the chat rooms and then people would ask ASL and you answer like.
Is your age?
18, male, Florida. Your age, sex, and location.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Yeah. I was too young.
But yeah, you.
I was at ASL.
Those AIM chat rooms got crazy real quick.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
And then you have.
You're asking the basic shit. Hey, yo, how old are you?
Yeah,
are you a woman and are you near?
Well,
okay, that's all I need to know.
Yeah, people use it for like to show their like porn or their videos and their amateur videos and stuff like that. So.
Is that what they use it for?
In the chat rooms that I was in.
That's where he found all the hot pieces.
In the chat rooms I was in, yeah, for sure.
Oh my god!
And honestly, like most chat rooms would turn into that. Like
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it was just
Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, it's going all right. Oh yeah, how's the family? It's good. Show me your dick. What? Whoa.
Well, everyone knows.
Anyone got some pieces in here?
So if everyone knows the internet.
Send me the link to the hot piece.
The internet is mostly for porn.
Because yeah, so like in AIM, it's your DM chat thing.
My internet is so I can look up Bibles. Verses. I can't.
Like we do on Guys Night.
I can't make it to church
Guys
all the time, so I just look up Bible verses.
Read our favorite scriptures.
And we go to Sunday Mass, Guys Night.
Austin 3:16.
Behold.
Genesis 1:1 classic. It was the greatest hit.
My favorite is short to the point. Jesus wept.
Ooh.
The shortest verse.
Kanye West.
Jesus.
But those AIM rooms did get crazy because even the ones that weren't.
Yeah,
it
turns into it.
Yeah, so it's like you would go to your pub. There was a list of public chat rooms, and it was a limited list, right? It wasn't like.
Well, it was a lot.
There was a lot, but it wasn't. You couldn't make one, right? I don't know. I was a child.
Yeah, you can. You can, but those were like,
I'm gonna sit like this.
Public chat rooms. They're public chat rooms, so anyone can go on to it.
So, but like you would have a list, and you would join the chat room that you like. But eventually, it just turned into pieces being swapped.
Pieces everywhere.
Just hot pieces going everywhere.
Or then like people would ask like ASL, and you would answer, and then they would DM you.
Yeah.
Did you lie?
So people have been sliding in the DMs?
Yeah, of course. I was like 10 years old.
Yeah, that's the only way you could get on there.
I'm male, but I would say like I'm 16, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah, you never.
So Chris Hansen still was.
Yeah, you never.
He still was like, this is not.
Yeah, you never want to go legal with it. You want to just go like 17.
Yeah, I don't know. I was young.
Unless you had to.
I did a lot of ridiculous things.
I catfished a few people at like 8 years old on
Wow,
the chat room.
before it was
Wow.
even popular? You were catfishing?
I thought I've been on a catfish binge, which actually I do want to talk about. But not me catfishing people,
No,
the show Catfish.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to come out.
I think you spoke about it.
He just looks in the camera. I just want to come out publicly. I'm Karen216. We just get a whole bunch of comments. Oh my gosh.
It was you.
It's you.
My alt account is Sasha Mercy, which is a very inside joke. But anyway, yeah, so like I remember I would lie. I would sometimes say like 23 male New York or like 18 female like Maine. I would lie constantly and I would get the DMs and I would go along with it and I would be like, they don't know.
What were you trying to do at 10-year-old?
They don't know. I just wanted to.
You trying to get some hot pieces?
No, I just wanted to get in their head.
No, I was trying to get the pieces.
D-Lo was trying to get pieces.
I was just trying to manipulate these people in the chat rooms.
D-Lo was over here trying to make a whole pie. You're over here just trying to mess up people's lives. That's fucked up.
It's messed up.
Sometimes I would be like, does your wife know you're doing this?
Going back to that internet being used as porn.
You catfishing the wife too? Does your husband know?
Going back to the internet being used as porn. You guys you watch Futurama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a certain episode where like they talk about the internet and then Fry is like, the internet, back in my day, we just used that to like look up porn. And then they're watching like this instructional video. I can't remember what it was about, but it was like an instructional video. And then after he says that, the lady's like, all right, now it's time for what we got
I do
here.
remember.
And then it became like a porn.
Yeah. Everything's porn now in the future. They just like,
No, it was like kind of like it's the same thing as it was back then.
It's like, this is what you
hasn't
want.
changed.
It's like
What
we
is it
just
called?
we just regularized it. We made it regular.
What is it called?
Normalized it. There we go.
Rule 34. Rule 34. You ever heard that term?
Rule 34.
Yeah. Of the internet?
I don't think I have, no.
Thou shalt not
Someone... It's
masturbate.
Lost. No, someone wrote a list. It was like a joke list, like a meme, like back before memes were a thing.
Yeah.
And he said, here are the rules of the internet, like the commandments. And Rule 34 was, if it exists, there's a porn of it.
That is true.
So there's an actual website that you can type in anything, and it'll come up. It's usually people drawing pictures of it, but it's like, it'll be like, I could be Transformers, Batman, but it's like, it was a joke from this like old, ancient,
I bet you
ancient
can't
text of the internet.
I bet you can't find Gatorade has sex with Mountain Dew bottle.
I'll go to rule34.com right now.
I bet you.
And if not, it's in the works now. Now that it's been put onto the internet.
Gatorade has sex with Mountain Dew to make a Baja Blast baby.
Who do you think is the...
Did you know that's what it is?
Is it really?
It's Blue Gatorade and Mountain Dew.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. Blue Gatorade Mountain Dew makes Baja Blast.
Really? Is that the trick? Is that
Yeah.
the secret?
That's why it's so delicious.
Wow. My mind is blown.
So if you can find me a Gatorade having sex with a Mountain Dew, making a Baja Blast porn,
That's actually pretty good.
Rule 34 applies.
I spelled Gatorade
I feel like you're making that up.
No, dude. Real fact. Look it up.
Wow.
I spelled Gatorade wrong, sorry. There's a lot going on my
Yeah,
phone. There's a lot going on my phone.
There's a lot going on over here.
Who do you think is the male in that?
Oh!
Who do you
No
think-
way! I found it! Is that it?
No, that just looks like a green Gatorade bottle sitting next to it.
No. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Powerade
Powerade.
and Gatorade.
It's
Close
Powerade.
enough.
Powerade is beating the brakes off that Gatorade.
Yo, that is close though. That's mad close.
I
But
can't put any.
If
there's
anything, it
no-
should be the opposite way around.
But there's no cigar. You could just zoom in on this.
That's a Gatorade woman.
It's a Gatorade.
A woman made out of Gatorade.
Oh, she's squirting Gatorade? Or is she pissing herself? It's yellow Gatorade, so I can't tell.
Wow, things they come up with.
Oh my gosh. Why are you still clicking on
Oh, I
this?
just wanted to make sure.
There's a lot of fapping and
There's a lot going on my
there's
screen right
there's
now.
a lot.
That's a box woman? A cat with horns.
What
and a
is that a baseball bat and a Gatorade?
Is he stroking the baseball bat?
Is he stroking the
yeah,
baseball bat and
he is.
shooting her with the Gatorade? Is this a sports? Is this a sports themed porn drawing?
I don't know. I also want to mention that D'Angelo started this podcast by, hey, my family watches it. Well, fast forward 10 minutes, we're just watching porn.
Hey, look up what Baja.
I'm a grown man.
Gatorade and Mountain Dew. It's Baja Blast.
But so while I look that up.
Yeah.
Wait, Baja Blast.
I never knew that. That's crazy.
While I look that up, I want to talk about. Oh yeah, it is. It is Blue Gatorade Mountain Dew. I'm just gonna make that at home now.
Yeah.
We actually have it right here. Why?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at it.
Yeah, we could just do. We have a Gatorade and a Mountain Dew on the table, almost like we planned it.
Yeah. It's almost like it was simulated.
We don't have cups.
Oh, the simulation.
Do you want to talk about it? Or save it?
I'll save it. I'll save it for a special episode. Simulation's real though. Coming soon.
Well, I wanted to talk about Catfish the TV show. Because I've been busy. We've been working on this office. Yeah. I've just been busy. A lot of things going on.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I'm like mentally exhausted and I go home, I don't want to watch a movie. I don't want to watch a series that I got to pay attention to.
Something not serious.
I put on like crap. Something that I don't even need. Like I can turn my brain off. And it's usually like reality shows. I watch a lot of cops in that mood. Yeah. I'll watch like a lot of A&E shows and TLC shows.
You watch live PD?
Yeah, I have. After you got me on it.
I like live PD.
But I've been watching Catfish because it's on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching it religiously at this point. I've been binging it. And I hit a point in my life. It was actually yesterday before I went to work.
People are mean.
Yeah.
What?
People are mean.
Oh, I know.
I catfished somebody once.
People are really dumb.
I catfished somebody, but I explained it to them shortly after.
Well, there was 2 episodes I wanted to bring up.
Because it got out
the Katy Perry one?
No, is that an episode? Because I need to watch it. Mm-hmm. Someone said they were Katy Perry?
Mm-hmm. And Katy Perry showed up.
Wait, what?
It was actually Katy Perry.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, Katy Perry wanted to clear her name, so she shows up.
That guy won, man. He got to meet Katy Perry. But
that was the plan.
But yeah, so there's 2 episodes I wanted to bring up. One I watched, this girl was talking to this guy for like 8 months. He didn't want to meet up. And the guys, they're doing their investigation. Ooh. And they find out it's her best friend who's been catfishing her.
I think I've seen this episode.
And the best friend just goes...
like 2 black
guys?
Yeah.
And the best friend just goes... Well, you gave that guy my number back in high school.
Yeah, that shit was
like,
mad
I got
petty.
you back, and I was like,
she's like, what are you talking about? She was just crying. She's like, what are you talking? She's like, you dumb bitch, and then she starts cursing at her. Oh, you dumb bitch! I'll fuck you up. It's like, you've just ruined her life, and now you're gonna say you're gonna fuck her up.
That episode.
I think that they ended up being friends again.
They did.
At the end of the episode.
That episode made me laugh, but then there was one episode. I literally, before work yesterday, was watching Catfish and cried. I was hysterically crying. I was crying.
You cried?
Yeah.
No.
I was bawling.
Yeah, did it remind you of one of your relationships or something?
Yeah. No. It was such a happy moment in the show. It was like this guy, he's like this young kid, 19, and this girl actually messaged him saying, hey, I think you're cute, and she was a model, right? And the guys the whole time are like, a model? Are you kidding me? Like, you think this is going to be a model?
Come on, bro. Look at you, bro.
Because
there's no way you're getting a model.
She messaged Catfish the show saying, hey, I'm catfishing this guy and I don't know how to tell him. Or I'm not who I say I am. And then he messaged the show saying, hey, I feel like something's up with this girl I'm talking to, and they kind of saw it was like a unique name, and they're like, oh, it has to be the same person. So they're telling him, like, she messaged us. Like, she's not real. She's not a model. Just get that out of your head. And it ends up...
hating friends.
She was.
A model?
Wow. Yeah, she was exactly who she said she was. She wasn't doing anything sneaky, and they're like, well, why? And she just kind of was like really. She has like look issues, like self-confidence issues.
Yeah.
And like she wasn't exactly what she looked like in her pictures because like they were kind of photoshopped. So, but like.
But she still looks.
Yeah,
close to
like
what she...
it was like.
You know what that sounds like? I want to be on a TV show. I'm cute. Put me on a TV show.
But it was.
She's like, oh, I look like a 10 in those photos, but in real life I look like a 9.
I think like there's a part of that like actually is represented in like real life. Like a lot of people actually go through that though. Like.
But the thing is, I thought the same thing as Devonne. I was like,
Oh.
this okay, they probably were in cahoots on this, blah blah blah. But their reaction of meeting for the first time and like him realizing she was real, that was the moment where I was like, there's no way you could fake this. Like it was so genuine. It's
Watch
not
it.
like, oh, they've been FaceTiming, and it was like they were both so nervous. They were both in love. They were both like 19, like they were really young, and that's when I started weeping.
You fell for it. You were just like, that could true love. You like it can happen.
It happens.
It can
They do
happen.
And that's despite what I was telling you when I said I was watching this show, where I'm like, when I watch a movie or TV show, I always read like the production and kind of like how it works behind the scenes. And I found out like Catfish is like very, like every reality show is scripted to a sense. It's not real.
Yeah.
It's real and to a certain extent because it's like before they film an episode of Catfish, they contact the catfish and the person, and they both have to agree to appear on the show.
But
so
why
it's
did
like they know the they know kind of the twists and turns it's going to take before. They just don't tell the hosts.
But
the hosts have to figure it out as for what they say. But the producers and everyone in the production office know. So they're like, basically when the hosts show up, they know, okay, there's something to find. It's a mystery.
There's some validity to it being like it's actually.
So
those are real scenarios.
Yeah,
so when
they're not going
it's
in
just a way.
cold. They know there's a reason we're doing this episode.
When Neve and Mark sit there and they're not answering the phone, they know that there's still gonna be a final episode where they meet.
Yeah, apparently it only happened one time where the person like didn't refuse to come on. But like, so basically it would be like if I was like, hey, you guys are gonna find a catfish. I do all the work on my own and then basically tell you guys, okay, figure it out. Kind of do what I did, but I'm not going to tell you how I did it. And I'll film you too. And so it's like, because the thing is, I was thinking, because we did have an idea somewhat similar that we wanted to work on.
The reality TV show?
Yeah. Okay. And I always my idea was like, oh, we just film a bunch of episodes and we can cut the ones that don't work.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's us doing it cheap and like, but I'm like, with a big production like that, they could spend tons and thousands of dollars. They're traveling around the U.S. and this and that. And they're not going to just take a risk and like, go like, maybe this one's good, maybe this one's bad. It's like, and I kind of was looking it up and I'm like, oh, that's how they do it and it ruined it for me. So like the producers know. Like I was, I think I was talking to you now.
I think you kind of have to know like if you're going to film it and make it into a story and to put it out there, you kind of have to know.
Well, I was telling you yesterday about reality shows, and I'm like, the producers, like on Survivor, The Amazing Race, and all these shows, like Big Brother, Real World, they have what they want, and then they're like, okay, we need the, like, stoner, hippie guy. Okay, that guy matches. Like, they kind of have they have the characters they want, and then they just have to find real people to fill them. And they're like, we need the mean girl who's probably going to start fights. Oh, this girl who auditioned, she seems like that girl. Like, let's put her
in. Or we could easily make her into that girl.
And then behind the scenes, they do kind of prod you. Like, if you're not fitting in that... Because, like, I read this article about a guy who was on a reality show, and he was kind of given all the behind the scenes. And it was a reality show that lasted, like, one season. It wasn't anything big. But they wanted him to be that kind of hippie, like, fun-loving guy.
Yeah.
And at one point, like... he wasn't really fitting in it. He kind of looked the part, so that's what they based off of.
Yeah.
And, like, at one point, the producers go, like, here's an acoustic guitar, just go play and, like, try to calm everyone down in the fight.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know how to play the guitar. Like,
like,
because I guess people were fighting, and he's like, hey, go in and try to calm him down with your music. And he's like, I don't know. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I was in the background of the Siesta Keys reality TV show.
What?
Yeah. It's like a Siesta Keys. It's here in Florida. I mean, obviously here in Florida, but It was being filmed at Park and Rec, and I was just like doing my job, just walking back and forth. So I might be somewhere in the background somewhere.
Speaking of like the reality shows that do like crazy things, have you seen? Y'all remember the show Pimp My Ride with Exhibit?
Yeah.
Did you know like a lot of the cars that they did, they would like exaggerate people's cars. Like they would put extra shit in your car and be like,
make it look worse than what it is.
Yeah, this car is a mess. And then they would put shit like the TVs and stuff. Some of the TVs wouldn't work after.
Oh, so some of them, like some of the cars were undrivable because of the things they did to it.
But they would just be like, oh yeah,
just for the sake of putting it on the.
Yeah, and the exhibit's just like, yeah, we're out here, yeah, we doing Pimp Your Ride, and it's just like. And then they had a video game about it, all this stuff, and I'm sitting here like, none of those cars were cool. Like you couldn't really drive those.
Well, the thing.
Some of them probably, but it was mostly for the show.
Yeah, they said a lot of it. Like they would take out after they filmed it. They would take the stuff out.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
because
everything I thought I knew was a lie.
I don't want to speak for every reality show out there.
That's why when you listen to the Squad Goals podcast,
it's all real.
100% real.
All authentic.
But yeah, I don't want to speak for every reality show, but like most reality shows, they're a show first. Like, so like, it's not like they're going, man, we want to make a charity where we help people's cars. It's like, no, let's make a show where we fix up cars. Money. So the show is the main reason. The cars are just the afterthought. Like, they're not going out of the kindness of their heart fixing up cars. They're like, we need to make money for our show. And, like, Exhibit's not like, oh, the show got canceled. Well, I'm still going to follow my passion and pimp up rides.
But that's what they made it seem like. They were like, yo, he deserves
that's
it.
Where the fake.
So then they were like, oh, we'll fix it. And then, you know, some of those, like, I don't want to say specifically Property Brothers, but the shows like Property Brothers,
those are staged.
Like a lot of those are staged, or like the shows where they're like, do you want to keep your house or do you want to flip this house or whatever? They'd be like, they already have pre-selected houses that they already know you're gonna choose.
A lot of them, some of the people already bought a house,
they
just reenact what they went through and have them go to fake. They'll make basically like, let's say I'm on Property Brothers. Or all those shows like that. I just bought my house, so we filmed the part where we're filming my house that this is the house I want.
Yeah.
And then it's like, a lot of the times they'll call up their friends. Like I would call up like D'Angelo or Devonne and be like, hey, this production company is gonna move all your furniture out. We have to make this look like a house for sale. Okay, they'll move it all back at the end, and then we go and film for like an hour. Like, I don't know. When you think about
they
it,
sit and roast your house.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Like, oh my, look how small this room is. You're sitting there like, man, fuck you. It's like you wanted to borrow my house.
No, not even the house, the decor. That's the worst part. Like,
who,
things that you like.
Who
take your time. Yeah.
Like who?
They're like, who are these ugly people in these pictures? It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, is that you? Is that you?
But the thing is, like, they're all like. There are some reality shows that I want to say are a little more genuine, but like even the Extreme Home Makeover where they were fixing families in needs home.
Move that bus.
A lot of the people, they lost the house because the tax value went so high up that they couldn't afford it.
Wow. That it added to their taxes?
Yeah. Because like the value of the property went up and now they can't afford it. They were a needy family for a reason.
We're struggling already. It's like, well, enjoy this.
And it's always like kids with cancer or stuff. So it's Timmy, you enjoy your house like
for 5 months. I love it.
Yeah. And then the repo guy takes that slide out of his bedroom and goes like, your parents are broke. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Fix this mess yourself.
Now you're living in a bus.
Like I can't think of any that I can like. That I would say would be like 100% genuine. Like
Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
Flavor of Love was 100%. Those women really wanted to be with Flavor Flav. Go back. All those women were like, oh my God, that's the man of my dreams.
That sucks when they paint something as like a charitable work and like they're doing good and now they screw them over like even worse.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like that's like
who's on that? Ryan Seacrest?
No, Ty Bennett. It's Ty something.
Yeah, like when you buy a pair of Toms, you know they say they send like a kid in Africa a pair of Toms, but supposedly that's even like worse for their economy because it gives them shoes and like they make shoes. It's not like they don't have shoes in Africa. So now they're putting more shoes in Africa, but the African economy that produces shoes they have like an overabundance of these shoes.
It's like we don't have enough feet.
Yeah, we have they're like we have shoes already.
And they're putting the people that are making the shoes out of business.
Yeah.
So it's creating more poverty and more like problems in that region.
Yeah.
Watch Black Panther start wearing Toms. Wakandans got Toms.
In all honesty, they probably do.
Wakandans?
Yeah, the Wakandans probably are rocking Toms because the facade is they are a poor country, like a really struggling third world country. Like, so if the charity Tom, or not the charity, but the business Toms is working in the Marvel universe, they're probably sending shoes to Wakanda thinking they're struggling when they're really like the richest people in the world.
Hey,
so you gotta pretend like you're poor.
Is the Wakandan economy based off that Sarah McLachlan commercial? In the eye.
Yeah, they're probably.
Oh, the angel. 25 cents a day. And you just see T'Challa sitting in there like, oh, the commercial worked.
That's why they're so rich.
Yeah, that plus all.
Well, you pretend like you're broke.
Yeah,
that's how you stay rich.
But yeah,
that's
like
crazy.
They're probably taking so many resources that are dedicated to people in need because they got to keep, like, what are they going to be like? Oh, the king of Wakanda, like, we want to send food and supplies and shoes and money to Wakanda, but the king is refusing it? Well, okay, then the U.S. government would, like, overthrow him. Like,
they can't overthrow him.
They would try.
They would fail. Wakanda forever.
They would stage a coup. And maybe they did, and maybe we saw it in Black Panther. Hold the phone.
Hold on, we're unlocking some doors.
Killmonger working for the government? The military. They trained him a certain way, knowing he was Wakandan, knowing putting these
to infiltrate
and putting these like this ideology in his head.
Yeah.
So he would go in and destabilize Wakanda because they were growing too powerful.
Somebody going back and see if Killmonger was wearing Toms.
I don't want to get in too deep because I don't want them after me, but same way as like a Bin Laden. Go in there and have have them work from the inside. Anyway, go ahead.
And then,
it's like the movie Sicario.
Sicario, just like that. It happens all the time.
Well, and I know in real world too, but like in another movie scenario, it's like they took out the leader of a cartel by putting the cartel leader they wanted in because, like, hey, we're cool. Like, if I gotta pick a cartel leader, I'm gonna pick my cartel leader. Like,
if you're gonna have an enemy, it'd be better to pick your enemy.
Yeah.
Or like,
or someone that's gonna be like, who's gonna do things that are gonna help us the most. Like,
yeah.
It's like no matter what, there's going to be someone running a cartel. No matter what, there's a king of Wakanda who's in charge of all this technology and money.
Might as well be our king.
Yeah, it might as well be someone that we can kind of pull the strings. Like
the Italian mob with, what's his face? The guy from Boston, Whitey Bulger.
Oh, yeah.
Get Whitey Bulger in there. Who also works for the, like, you know, for the Irish mob.
Yeah, exactly.
For the Irish mob and
the FBI let him do his stuff because he kept on ratting out other gangs.
Yeah.
So they were like
a bigger threat, which was the Italian mob, was a bigger threat. So he
was like a little fish, but he was doing a lot of bad stuff. But he was ratting out the whale. So they were like
sound like a snitch to me.
He was.
He's died fairly recently.
Did he? Oh yeah, he did die recently.
Yeah.
He made it.
Yeah,
he was in jail.
I remember when I did the review for that movie. It's on the channel still. It should still be on this channel. Yeah. And my prediction was...
Oh, yeah.
You heard it here first. Everyone's going to get nominated for an Oscar in this movie. This was the best picture. And I can't tell you, like, 3 things. It took literally you discussing the plot of that, like... It wasn't the movie, but real life. But for me to even remember, like, oh, yeah, that happened in that movie.
Yeah.
So how many awards was it nominated for?
I don't think a single one.
Maybe makeup. Probably makeup. But everything gets nominated for makeup. No disrespect for makeup artists, but disrespect. Suicide Squad was nominated for an Oscar in makeup.
Because of Harley Quinn?
I think all around, like Killer Croc and stuff.
I think
Harley
Why
Quinn
not?
The
costume
movie
went off.
Norbit, starring Eddie Murphy, won an Oscar for makeup.
Well, it looked good.
It looked like
looked good.
Rasputia.
You make someone look like
How you doing?
you make a funny looking black man look like a fat old lady.
Hey, which they do too much of.
Yeah, that's a really common thing.
And if I ever get big enough, I won't let the Illuminati do that to me.
You know what Dave Chappelle said? Nope.
Yeah.
They try to get me, but
Nope.
I mean,
I
you
will
think
not
about
be-
everybody: Eddie Murphy, Martin
yeah.
Lawrence.
I'm saying it now. No dress.
Yeah.
I put that in your rider.
Yeah.
Your
No
comment.
Tyler Perry.
No dress.
Black Mass, I kind of want to rewatch it because it was an all-star cast. Johnny Depp, Joel Edgerton, Benedict Cumberbatch, Rory Cochrane, Kevin Bacon, Jesse Plemons, Corey Stoll, Peter Skarsgård, and from 50 Shades of Grey, Dakota Johnson. I don't even remember in that movie.
Yikes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I remember watching that movie and like sitting in the front. My neck was killing me.
My neck.
Pause.
My back.
because we went together and we got there late.
Yeah.
And we could only sit in the front row. One of the few times I've had to do that.
It was a
You could,
premiere.
you could sit in the stairs.
It was an early screener, yeah,
Early
from
screener.
the premiere of
could
it.
have sat in the stairs.
Why didn't we do that? Oh, they wouldn't let us.
Yeah,
They're
no.
super strict in those things.
You can't have like if they see you on your phone, they kick you out instantly.
Oh.
Yeah, like they.
Y'all ride one of those?
Yeah.
There's a screener like before the movie actually even gets released. So
And then we had to run home and pop out that review like the next day.
yeah.
But yeah, we were at the screener and yeah, we were in the front row and it's a long movie. It's like I think it might be 2.5 hours. I have the Wikipedia up right now. I can tell you, 122 minutes. So yeah, like it's a long movie. And
2 hours and 2 minutes.
the only other time that I can remember sitting in the front row was it was a quick movie.
Came back from a search.
It was a quick movie called Return of the King.
A quick movie.
It's like
It
3.5 hour.
It feels like a quick movie.
I was like this for 3.5 hours. Like
amazed.
what?
I sat in the front for
like a
Pokemon the
confused.
first movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Actually, I sat in the front pretty recently to watch Us.
You did?
Yeah.
Good
I tried very
segue.
hard not to
Yeah.
sit in the front.
To watch Us.
What did you think of the movie Us without giving any spoilers?
Did you watch Us, Devonne?
No, not yet.
No?
That's why I don't want to talk
Okay.
about spoilers too much. I want to go back to it
Yeah.
and talk about spoilers. Maybe we can, in all honesty, we maybe can record like a little mini episode of like a spoiler cast. But
Spoiler
We can
alert.
save like the real talk when Devonne watches it.
Soon.
But I thought it was good. I thought it was very good.
I thought it was good. And
Spoiler alert review coming soon.
I thought it was really good myself, but I have some very glaring issues with it that knocked it down. Like if I was to score it, it went from a very high score to it was good score.
Give me a grade. It went from an A to a...
It probably went from like an A-, B+ to like a B-.
Wow. You're not allowed to grade that movie that harshly.
Why?
I don't know.
I'll still give it a B.
And depending on how I feel about it, like after,
Maybe a B plus.
I think I might go see it a second time tomorrow.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Is it better
actually.
than Get Out?
I think it's better than Get Out.
Yes and no, in my opinion. I think Get Out was a tighter story. Even though I do have issues with that script too,
Yeah.
which I talked about in our like if you watch the full commentary
Yeah.
plug.
I feel like Us is a much more depth
Yeah,
story.
but I feel like Get Out was very like that script was tight. Like everything had a meaning. Everything came back. Everything was set up.
Keep
It was
twisting
it was tight.
Keep twisting
And Us, I feel like there was a lot of things that
It was
didn't
loose.
come full circle or didn't have like a payoff. Like, or even the payoffs, I feel like was like, okay, yeah, I guess that wasn't like, I feel like he put in some payoffs because people liked the payoffs of Get Out.
Yeah.
Where he's like, oh, let me write this real quick. And you're like, oh yeah, I guess he did set that up in a way. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
anything crazy.
Yeah. I think those little Easter eggs and some of this, like, the things that he does like that are really the magic in what he does. More so than it being a 100% really cohesive piece that revolves really well around itself. It still does that pretty well, but those Easter eggs and those little hidden images and stuff like that he puts inside the movies, I find like really cool.
I do want to say, like, for the first 2/3 of that movie, though, if I was to write, like, a list of things I like with directing, like, if I was to direct a movie, like, certain shots that, like, tickle my fancy, like, if I was to watch, like, certain, like,
And
if I
like
had,
getting
like,
your fancy tickled.
yeah, like, if I was like, ooh, I really like when you do this with the camera, or I like when this happens with, like, the sound, he was hitting every checkbox, where I was like, oh, this is...
He's hitting all your spots.
Yeah.
All your
like,
hot spots.
No, he was tickling his fancy.
Yeah,
I
tickling
always
your fancy,
say-
hitting all your spots.
The only spoiler I'll say is I'm a big fan of putting the Beach Boys in movies. I feel like if you sprinkle some Beach Boys in there, you can make a movie a little bit better.
They stole from Chuck Berry.
They stole from. Yeah, that's usually the way it works.
But they
I don't support the Beach Boys.
they put a little Beach Boys in there, and I was like, okay, I'm on board.
I can't support them. So
Yeah, I mean,
So you're not watching the movie?
it
can't
starts
watch
when
it.
like someone bases their career off of stealing from other people.
yeah.
But as an artist, like to be 100% creative, 100% original, and to check and validate all your sources is almost nearly impossible.
I don't. If we're going on this tangent, I could go for a while.
Yeah.
Because I think taking inspirations from things you love and making it your own.
Oh no, that's still fine. But I'm saying like a blatant rip off.
They blatantly ripped off Chuck Berry.
That's the difference.
Because, and still, I'll still stay there. You look at a Quentin Tarantino who blatantly rips off movies.
Yeah, Tokyo Drifter. I mean, there's
Blatantly takes everything from like a Quentin Tarantino movie is him watching movies that he liked from
And
like the
picking the best
60s,
parts.
70s, and 80s, going, I like that, I like that, I like that, I like that. But I'm gonna mix them together.
But even that's even a little bit creative. Well,
like him going, oh, I like that yellow jumpsuit Bruce Lee wore in that movie, so I'm gonna take that
Put on
jumpsuit.
Uma
I
Thurman.
like. I like when they do this in a movie. I like that line.
I mean, the
like
character from Kill Bill is Lady Snowblood.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing.
Like him even
Just
taking the name Django Unchained was a movie title that he
It was
stole.
a show, the Django.
Yeah.
But now he's unchained.
Yeah. Django was like a series.
But no, that's even a little bit different because you still creatively you have to make it all work, all those different elements. It's not like he's just throwing the elements together and there's no cohesiveness. They all kind of
I also
make the movie.
Don't know the Beach Boys Chuck Berry controversy, so I don't know why I was defending so hardly against
I don't know either. But yeah, that's if you go back.
Wait, hold on. You don't know?
No, I'm saying he doesn't know.
Oh, okay.
I said I don't know why he wasn't defending.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
I thought you were
Okay,
saying.
I was like, you brought it up.
No. But no, if you go back and you look at it, there's a lot of the Beach Boys hits that are Chuck Berry. I'll let other people go and check them out, but
I'll look it up tonight.
I'll research.
There's a lot of like Elvis stealing from like
they
a
took
lot of people too.
They took advantage of the fact that he was African American.
But I think that happened a lot back then.
It
Like
did.
not necessarily African American and white people,
Yeah.
but just in general, like so many songs. If you take like a popular song, like even something like New York, New York, which is like if you think of like a Frank Sinatra song, that's like one of them. That was a different art. Like they just blatantly were stealing song. Like because that was one of my favorite jokes on Arrested Development is they have a character who was a Liza Minnelli, who's a famous singer, and like someone was singing like karaoke New York, New York, and she like was yelling like you hack or something like that because she originally sang that song, but he got popular from like making it his, and it's like
in third grade we
like
had
this.
a New York play.
New York.
I was the bus driver. That was my 15 minutes of fame. I killed it. I was kind of quiet though. I was, I guess,
You
much
didn't
hasn't
project?
changed.
You didn't project?
You were like,
Well, I was supposed to be a bus rider, but then I got moved up.
promoted.
Yeah. I got moved up to the bus driver. And she's like, you just have to talk a little louder. I don't think that I really did.
What was your line?
We're at the stop, Brooklyn.
I can't remember.
What was
such a
your
long time
line?
ago. It was such a long time ago. I can't remember.
Stop 14.
He's about to come
But-
out in a full.
But I know I
passengers-
killed it. No.
Killed it.
Yeah.
But us
Good times.
was really good. Yeah. I still genuinely like it. I think I might actually be going to see it tomorrow with
Second time.
With who?
Yeah, with a friend of our show, a Mr. James Baker.
Ooh.
He hasn't seen it yet?
He has seen it.
Okay.
But we talked the other day, and he was like, "Do you want to go Wednesday?" And I'm like, "Yeah, if I see it or not before Wednesday, I'll see it again."
Thanks for the invite.
Come.
No, I'm alright.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, don't make
I'm
this a
busy.
second thought.
I'm busy.
He literally just texted me before we hit record going, we still seeing us. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a time or a place.
Wow.
I don't want seconds.
that's
Sloppy
just a-
seconds.
This is a beautiful text. We still seeing us?
maybe I misunderstood.
Yeah, I think you're misreading that.
But yeah, it was still good. I recommend it. And then to set.
Yeah, Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Okay. I figured that was coming.
Did you watch the episode?
I watched the first
The
episode.
new one?
Yeah, the new Twilight Zone. Jordan Peele's. He's having a heck of a month right now.
He is.
Can you believe he started off at Mad TV and now he's
I know.
out here directing?
But I mean, like, if it seems like that's where his passion was, because like
It always been. You know what? I seen him like. You remember Jordan and Kay? I seen him in the White and Nerdy video, which was way before I even
Way
the
before
show
that.
even came out. So they had been like doing stuff like
Yeah.
that for the longest time.
Mad TV came out before it.
Yeah, Mad TV's been around for
Yeah, Mad
for a
TV's
very
been
long
out.
time.
But
But
like,
yeah, I saw them on White Nerdy.
The
Yeah,
comics
you see
and
them,
everything.
Like, what?
I'm really liking him a lot, even though I have some issues with his movies. But because I've been watching interviews with him, like, and I was actually gonna send you a video where it's like they took like all the interviews of him like about writing suspense and thrillers, and like just hearing him, I'm like, oh, he's puts a lot of thought.
Yeah.
And it's like I respect that, and that's why it's like even though I have my issues with the movies are like little like they're issues, but I still like the movies a lot.
Yeah.
And hearing him talk, I'm like I still respect that he's putting that much thought into it, even though I don't agree with the turns that he takes.
Yeah, I mean it's to agree 100% what a movie is.
Because, like, there's a lot of new directors that, like, I feel like I don't have that respect for. Like, John Krasinski,
Wow.
who did A Quiet Place. I'm like, I haven't really heard him talk about it, but I feel like he was like...
But
It was okay. The Twilight Zone though, I really like the I like the feel of it.
Does it
you
keep
know,
the same intro?
His intro is I mean
They updated it, but it's still the same. Like
it sounds good. I like the look of it. I like
they
when
shot it like a movie.
his monologues and stuff like that. And his face. I don't know. He looks different on this particular thing, but he does have that like really informative yet like ominous and like really creepy look.
Yeah, he did because apparently he didn't want to host it.
Yeah. I thought he was like phenomenal.
Doing all the he's doing all the behind the scenes stuff, but like he didn't want to host it, and he kind of got talked into it, and I think he kind of had the attitude like
Rod Serling. He's
if you're hosting the you
gotta do it all. Like
Yeah.
Rod Serling
You got to
did.
go in.
But because he's honestly living one of my dreams because I like the Twilight Zone a lot. That we had a segment. We're bringing back the segment.
I thought about that.
I didn't even.
I thought about that.
This is AJ reenacts Twilight Zone episodes.
Yeah.
Have you coming through the.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. Crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
That was the intro. I'm glad I saved it. I knew that would come in handy. I really like the Twilight Zone a lot, and I've always said, like, if I ever made it as a director, one of my dreams would be to reboot the Twilight Zone to a modern day and do like the intro, like do it exactly what he's doing.
Well, now you got to do it later on.
I know. Now he pushed me back.
Yeah,
a
you
couple
gotta
decades.
update. You gotta update his now.
But I'm like, oh, that's why I'm really interested, because it's like, oh, that's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
like,
the vibe is there. I really like it. I like the way. Well, I mean, just from the first episode. I haven't seen the second episode, which is already out too.
Yeah, the first 2 episodes came out. The first episode,
What is it out on?
it's on the CBS streaming service, but the first episode's on YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. You can watch it for free.
Bet I'm watching it.
So I haven't seen the second one yet.
And I can't remember his name. I never do. But the Indian guy from Silicon Valley.
He did really good, and I like the tone. I like that they're taking it very seriously. They're putting in the twists and turns like a Twilight Zone episode, and like they did everything really good.
Yeah.
And I have to say, my boy Tracy Morgan killed it.
Shout out to Trace.
He did. What was his name? I can't remember. But
I forgot, but he did really good, and respect to him because he almost died.
Yeah, he did.
He almost died in that car accident. They said he would never be able to perform again. Like he had such bad brain damage.
He came back. Now he has a TV show.
Yeah.
Last OG did a stand up. Now he's in Twilight Zone.
So respect to him.
Respect
Tracy
to Tracy
Morgan killing it.
He but yeah.
Keep doing your thing.
I liked
brother.
I liked it a lot. My favorite line from the episode would be, "Was there any crying moms? If there's no crying moms,
Oh yeah.
no one died."
Yeah.
What if your mom's...
The Second Amendment starts with a.
That was a good.
I'm like, yeah, it was good. I gotta watch the second episode.
And apparently, if you know your Twilight Zone, I wasn't really paying attention, and I haven't watched every episode, and I've
seen bits and pieces.
I want to rewatch. I think I'm gonna marathon like a lot of them, but like apparently there's like Easter eggs and references to like all previous episodes everywhere. Like apparently the second episode like has a lot more of the references and stuff.
Yeah.
But
That's great too, like to really like pay homage but still make it your own. And what the take that he's doing on Twilight Zone I really appreciate.
I did see a lot of comments online about it saying they didn't like the profanity. They said too much cursing.
I've seen that.
And I guarantee, if I had to guess, it's probably older people who watched the movie when they were in the 60s.
Yeah.
Or the TV show when it was in the 60s, and they probably were like, this is
commentary is bad.
snuff.
That is not something that even went through my
I
head.
didn't even think of it until I read the comments, and I went,
You're millennials.
The
All
thing
y'all
is,
do was curse.
I don't even really curse. So like,
All y'all do was curse.
You can ask my friends growing
your
up.
hippity hop music you listen to.
Yeah, I guess I'm used to it. I'm
Has
used to
the
hearing
cursing.
it.
All those violent video games you boys play, cursing.
Yeah.
Those movies
I've
you
been
watch.
around. I've been around it.
With the Tarantinos, with the Spielbergs.
I don't think
Spielberg.
Spielberg's that. Makes like kills me. Like no.
he's made a rated R movie
Optimus
before.
Prime. You never heard? He's like, hey, Autobots, let's fucking roll out. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Fucking roll out.
Let's fucking
I
roll
have
out.
heard a lot of profanity growing up all around me. Yeah, and I didn't realize. Shout out to my mom, but she has. I guess it's the like New York thing. Like she curses nonstop.
Wow. Just
Love
put your mom on the spotlight.
Love
Your
mom.
mom's sitting at home like, oh.
This is how you put me out?
Nobody told you to say anything.
Well,
She's like, we weren't even talking about mamas.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, I guess I didn't realize how much I've had it around me. So the thought that someone even would be like on a rated, is it rated R? I don't know what the show is.
It's on a streaming service, so there's no rating. It's anything.
But for
goes.
someone else to be like, oh, there's too much profanity, like.
But I saw it a lot, and the fact that you saw it too means people.
Yeah, people are talking about it.
And the only complaint I heard was it's either probably, or like the counter argument is those people are, like I said, either old, who are like crotchety old people who don't like the profanity, or other people who maybe were younger, watching it growing up with their parents and grandparents, and then went, oh, I want to watch this with my children, a nice little spooky story, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't watch this, but also...
Your kids are going to grow up hearing curse words. You might as well get it over with. I'm telling you
And
now.
I mean,
the longer you
was it
shelter
like,
them.
Was it that bad? Like, was it like... I can't even recall because I didn't
Were
even
they-
notice it.
A woman did say,
Like, what kind of curse words? Were they
eat
like...
my pee at one point.
Oh.
Woo.
My pizza?
And then...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'll let you fill in the blank.
Yeah,
No.
that's right.
And then a couple F-bombs and maybe a couple S's.
I liked her a lot.
I bet you did.
No, she...
I bet you did. She said, eat
No.
my... Like,
No, she had a really great performance on that episode.
oh, I bet.
She was one of my favorites.
Is she in other things? I feel like she would be in other things. She seemed like...
That's a hot piece.
If not, mark my words, another prediction, she
No,
will
she
be in other
is.
things.
My bed.
The comedian from the Twilight Zone, she's going to be a star one of these days. You heard it here first. The female comedian from the Twilight Zone.
Her career goes down the drain. She starts doing crack. She ends up outside the street. You're her only fan.
We're going to find out, like...
Where are they now?
She died shortly after filming. She's...
Knock on wood. Jeez. Oh my God.
Like, she looks familiar, but I don't know who it is off the top of my head.
She had a lot of charisma. She was a good actress.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, Twilight Zone, check it out. It's on YouTube. I really recommend it.
And while you're on YouTube, share Cigar City Entertainment to your friends.
Yeah, after you finish the Twilight Zone, maybe mosey on over to Cigar City Entertainment. Check out some videos. We have C3 commentaries.
Yeah.
Maybe, can we announce the thing that we're going to be doing on Mondays coming out?
The GOT series?
Hopefully.
So we're doing a...
Well, maybe if enough people, really want to see it, maybe we can do it.
The GOT?
Yeah, Game of Thrones mini podcast every Monday after the season premieres to the series finale. We'll be doing some short, 30-minute episodes, recapping, talking about what we thought.
I won't be a part of it because I already know so much. Or if I show up, I just spoil it before they can watch it. Yeah, so I'm gonna sit it out.
But yeah, I think that's been our episode of the Squad Goals podcast, episode 46.
46.
Pick up sticks.
Pick up chicks.
Pick up chicks.
Who?
We're out.
Peace. I'm trying to find out who this is.
Hey, thanks for watching our episode of the Squad Goals podcast. If you want to watch this episode, go to youtube.com/Cigar City Entertainment. And if you want to hear us, go to iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, and look up Squad Goals podcast. If you just want to stay in the loop with all things Cigar City Entertainment, go to facebook.com/Cigar City Entertainment and Instagram at CCE_Tampa. We're out.